I think my favorite episode ever is Dipper and Mabel versus the future, because it's one of the few times that we get an actual dramatic, in-depth look of the siblings and how they feel about leaving Gravity Falls and growing up. And it's such an intense and emotional episode, and I got to board on it, which makes it extra special. But just the fact that we can move from a super jokey, wacky episode right into something like that, which is emotional and heavy and deep, makes me love the series a lot.
I won't be gone forever, okay? I'll still visit you at home and we'll chat online. We'll make it work.
I don't want it to work. I just wish summer could last forever.
I don't know why. When I hear Gravity Falls, I think of the last Mabelcorn episode where Grenda was pretty much beating up everything and taking down all these animals, and that, to me, it just felt like that was me.
Sleep now! Sleep!
An episode that I loved that I co-wrote with Matt Chapman and Alex was Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. And that was kind of like a nerdy love affair to Dungeons and Dragons and all things nerdy like that. So that felt also kind of special because it was just fun. And we wrote it from the heart.
Hot flamey sword! Super hot flamey sword!
My favorite moment of the show, hands down, bar none, is the scene where Mabel is hovering over the button and trying to decide whether she should push it or not in Not What He Seems, which was boarded by you. It's amazing.
She looks at the portal, she looks at Stan, Stan looks at her. Look into my eyes, Mabel, you really think I'm a bad guy? He's lying! Mabel, please! She looks, ding, counting down 3, ding, 2, ding, 1. The whole portal's going, she's about to press the button. She looks at Stan, she looks into his eyes. Drunkle Stan, I trust you. She holds her hands up and doesn't press the button.
For me, one of my favorite moments was Land Before Swine.
Yeah.
That was a very special episode for me.
Great.
I did the part with Waddles and Stan at the bottom of the pit, and then Stan punching the pterodactyl. and I felt like I had grown because that episode was so hard. It was like punching a pterodactyl. I love the moment where Stan is wearing a Gideon t-shirt and then Mabel runs off scared and she's like, "Bodies change, honey. Bodies change." And you did that part, right?
Yes.
That was so funny.
I saw a crochet, right, that said "Bodies change, honey," that like a fan had made. It's unbelievable.
I loved also like from Gobblewonker the sequence with the cameras.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think it's such a funny gag.
Yeah.
And I think Matt and I had talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
When we were trying to come up with funny sections for the show.
The sequence is almost self-contained, and it's a little bit of a departure from our normal pacing of jokes.
Right.
We usually just like whammity, bamity, bamity, bamity. This was almost like a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a skit.
Like a sketch.
Yeah.
It was just like, it took like a full minute or something, and it was just this bit about Dipper, the cameras, Seuss, and Mabel. It was amazing.
I bought 17 disposable cameras. 2 on my ankle, 3 in my jacket, 4 for each of you, 3 extras in this bag, and 1 under my hat.
There are 2 things that I'm very proud of on Gravity Falls. One is that I got to animate the reveal of Ford, which, you know, was one of the biggest questions in the entire series. Who's the author of the journals? Who's the author of the journals? I got to animate that guy, which was pretty sweet. And then even more than that, my most favorite contribution was the death of Bill. I got to kill Bill. I got to kill him. It was great. It was amazing. I was living in London at the time when I got the assignment. It was after I was done storyboarding on Gravity Falls, and I had taken a hiatus in Europe. And I got this request to animate it and to animate this scene, and I just dove into it, and I think it's one of the best pieces of animation I've ever done. And I'm just so happy I got to kill the villain, the big bad guy. It was really fun.
What's happening to me? The girls, give me a gun and they're watching the game.
Still my favorite episodes were the 2-part season finale of season 1. I remember those scripts being really late and we were really behind schedule, and Alex really had to push for more time and more budget on them, but it I think shows at the end of the day just how much the relationship between Dipper and Mabel and how strong it was. And at the end of the day, the series comes down to their relationship, and it comes down to that bond that they have. Any of those moments are really the core of what Gravity Falls is and what I think is so strong about the series.
I really love this old shack.
Group hug! No, I never know the right time.